You know what is ironic? Is the fact that everybody loves nostalgia. Everybody loves the idea of doing things the old school way. But nobody does it the old school way. Or very few. I mean, you've got people that will say, yes, sis, I would love to have a Christmas where the whole family is sitting by the table and I've got auntie this one and auntie that one. And yet, these are the same people that don't talk to their families. You've got people, and guys, ek gaat nogal nou 'n breek vat hoor. I am very, very proud of my garden. I might not have the flowers that my daddy had in the garden. Back in the day, my daddy was an avid gardener. In fact, the people in our road, they used to be in competition, man, who had the best. My broer, jy kan ry, daar's 'n baan. Jy kan ry, daar's 'n baan. Oei, jare. O, God, asseblief. Die license is gekoop. Waar was ek? Ja, die traffic salam laat jou fucking saligheid verloor, hoor. Anyway, what was I saying? The competition in our road was so tight. I mean, remember that time it was dahlias en oesters en wat was er nog? Die mense het die bolle in die dak gestoor vir next season en het was die weet wat men Jacob regop met die twee koppe en I used to listen. I mean, guys, julle sal nie verstaan nie, my pa was my hero. I used to listen to those conversations, guys, when he talk. Mense het in die nag ons 'n bromme kos steel. So, the point I'm trying to make before I was so rudely interrupted, and on that point, het julle nog gesien, hoe kan ek my shit verloor? I can lose my shit and I can go right back to the way I was. Now, there's a lot of people that will now just take that small video, that small 20 seconds, dan sê hulle, kyk daar, ek het geviet, die man is op my skof. Guys, it is what it is. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, I might not have the flowers in my garden that my daddy had, but one thing I do have, and I make sure, is that my grass is in very good condition. You guys can come and check my grass out. Ek is baie proud van my gras. Because that is something that my daddy instilled in me, whether he knew he was doing it or not. But my daddy, and guys, ek was hier, toe my pa en my ma nog by mekaar gewees het in die Mitchellsplein, was ek 5-6 jaar oud. Because ek dink my ma en my pa het geskei toe ek 9. Ek was Zekkie se age. En as ek dink aan hoe ons lewens 'n different pad gevat het, because van die, ja, guys, ek raak het sê, as ek aan die potential dink, my sister wat dood is, miskien sal sy nog 'n liewer het. My oudste sister, met haar traumas en haar damage. In my ma, I don't think my mother ever recovered from that divorce. But anyway, that's a story for another day. What I was trying to say was, one thing that my father instilled in me was to have pride in your garden. The first thing that people see when they approach the house is your garden, is your lawn, is your flowers or whatever. And they will make a judgment call on who the man of that house is, based on that garden. And the nostalgia that my father instilled in me is still there, but not just somewhere in my mind. The nostalgia, I am living that nostalgia. So when I say, yes, guys, I want to go back to a time when people took pride in their gardens, I am one of the guys that are taking pride in their gardens now. But the problem that I'm having with people is that they have the nostalgia. They say, yo guys, Ek wil so graag wil ek die hê in my familie. Ek wil 'n ordelike familie hê. And then they don't instill order. Now, guys, I'm going to tell you, it has to come from the top. It has to come from the mother and the father, or in many cases, the mother or the father, if it's a single parent household. But you cannot want the things of the past because it gives you warm and fuzzy memories. And then you don't instill it. It is as if you still have the mindset of a child where someone else must make my Christmas special for me. Do you know how many people over the festive season say things like, "Yo, my broer, ek voel eens is festive en jare ek wens die festive." You need to make the festive festive by doing the things that made the festive festive for you, for your children. One thing, guys, en ek gaan my pa het ek baie gebruik as 'n example, because I can tell you now that I have modeled my life around who I believed my father was when I was growing up. Now, I'm not going to talk about what he became. I'm not going to talk about none of the disappointments. I'm not going to talk about that because it was good enough to give me direction that I am becoming, or that I am a good father and a good husband. My pa was die type ou. Hy kom aan die tyd was hy nog 'n sales rep of hy was a whatever. But I was in retail. In fact, funny enough, I went into retail and then I took my own direction into logistics. But I believe I could have become as successful in retail as him. One thing my dad used to tell me was, "Sy gaan vir my beat. Sy gaan vir my beat." And that was his way of instilling a blessing into me, an expectation that I'm going to be doing better than my dad. And if nothing else, I'm holding on to that, and I am instilling that into my children. But what I wanted to say was, my dad would come from work and it will be a hot day. Now remember, we lived in Mitchells Plain in Eastridge, and my dad would come from work at 5:30 or 5 o'clock or whatever, and it would still be relatively warm, and he would load us in, and he would take us to Monowabisi. Monowabisi was so beautiful. He would take us to Monowabisi, he would take us to Manandi Beach, and we would go swim. Now Monowabisi that time had a tidal pool with a little island in the middle that when you are 9 years old, when you are 5 years old, when you're 6 years old, seems far. And he used to challenge us to swim till by the island. And then he would, when you're on the island, he would challenge us to swim till the edge of the tidal pool. And that is where my dad used to teach me that you can do anything. He's right next to me. Nothing will happen because my oom was there. In fact, it became easier for me to trust in God because I learned to trust in my dad. And I'm like I said, I model my parenting style a lot around that. Where if I'm with my children do not have to fear anybody or anything because and does that not sound biblical? Do not fear because I am with you, says God the Father. Can you imagine? So I cannot walk around, to come back into what I was talking about, I cannot walk around talking about the world needs more fathers that is involved. The world needs active parents. The world needs, and then I am not that active parent. I am not that active father. You cannot walk around talking about just like you're my daddy and my mommy used to be. My daddy is a very, very spontaneous guy. And I got my spontaneity from him. My mom, not so much. The memories I have of my mom is that she was in many cases contradictory to my father. And I cannot speak for her mindset. I cannot speak for the type of woman she was at the time. But I do not have memories of my mommy getting to the car with us to go to the beach. But I do have memories of my daddy doing it. And same with making birthdays special. Same with being spontaneous regarding things I do with my family. I take alles by my ou geleer. Guys, kom ons gaan. Listen, I'm the type of guy that if my kids' grades is fine and I'm on a day off and it's a nice day, I'll keep them out of school and we go into the beach. And the places I take my kids is the places I went as a kid, because I'm building the same memories. And because, guys, I believe that in the end, that's all you're going to have left is your memories, because that is what I have left, and that is what's keeping me anchored. It is what's keeping me grounded. No matter how successful I become. Concepts of loyalty, concepts of family, I was taught when I was young. But instead of saying that it is someone else's responsibility, nee, so you sien my vanat my ouma dood is, kom die family nie meer by mekaar nie. Guys, it is now your responsibility. We are now the grown-ups. We are now the grown-ups, and the responsibility is on us. And in closing, and this is something that I also try and do, is you need to create your own traditions. You need to create your own traditions. You need to create your own family little things that make your family. Like, for instance, this year I decided, you know what, I'm not going to do the pickle fish thing, because you know what, I'm the only one that eats a pickle fish. We only eat it a little bit. The ladies aren't really keen. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm starting a new tradition. I will have one bucket of pickle fish and the hot cross buns as per normal. And for the Easter weekend, I'm going to make a leg of lamb. I'm going to make maybe a gammon, and I'll maybe make a tongue. And I eat all heel Easter weekend and day. And that is going to be our new Easter tradition. We might do something different for Christmas. But I can tell you now, I'm giving my children the example. Are they going to follow it? I don't know. But they're going to remember that we had our own traditions. And that is what gives us strength. That is what gives us strength. I hope you guys could relate to this video. I don't know.